Occupancy sensors are used to control lighting and ventilation systems in buildings. In a multi-stall bathroom setup with a single exhaust fan serving multiple bathrooms, each with its own occupancy sensor, the wiring and logic must be carefully designed to ensure proper functionality. The primary goal is to activate the exhaust fan whenever any of the bathrooms are occupied, thus providing adequate ventilation. Firstly, let's discuss the basic components involved. These include the occupancy sensors themselves, the exhaust fan, and the wiring connecting them. Each occupancy sensor is designed to detect motion or presence within its respective bathroom stall. When occupancy is detected, the sensor sends a signal to activate the exhaust fan. The exhaust fan, in turn, removes stale air and odors from all the bathrooms connected to it. The wiring configuration is crucial for achieving the desired functionality. One common approach is to wire the occupancy sensors in parallel. This means that the output of each sensor is connected to the control circuit of the exhaust fan in such a way that if any one of the sensors is activated, the fan will turn on. Secondly, to illustrate this, consider a simple example with 3 bathrooms, each equipped with an occupancy sensor. The output of each sensor, which could be a relay contactor or a solid-state switch, is connected to the coil of a relay or a motor starter that controls the exhaust fan. The relay coil is wired in such a way that it is energized whenever any of the sensor outputs are active. This can be achieved by connecting the sensor outputs in parallel so that if any one of them closes, the relay coil is energized and the exhaust fan turns on. Thirdly, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines and requirements for the installation of electrical systems, including occupancy sensors and exhaust fans. Adhering to the NEC ensures that the installation is safe and compliant with industry standards. Some relevant sections of the NEC may include those pertaining to wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and equipment grounding. Additionally, the NEC may have specific requirements for ventilation systems in bathrooms depending on the local codes and regulations. One should consult the latest edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes to ensure compliance. Furthermore, it is important to consider the power supply for the occupancy sensors and the exhaust fan. The sensors typically require a low-voltage power supply, such as 24-volt alternating current or volts direct current, which can be provided by a dedicated transformer or power supply unit. The exhaust fan, on the other hand, usually operates on line voltage, such as 120 volts or 277 volts, and requires a separate branch circuit with appropriate overcurrent protection. It is essential to ensure that the power supply for each component is properly sized and protected to prevent electrical hazards. In addition, the wiring connecting the occupancy sensors and the exhaust fan should be properly sized and installed in accordance with the NEC. The wire gauge should be appropriate for the current carrying capacity required by the sensors and the fan, and the wiring should be protected from physical damage and environmental factors. Furthermore, the wiring should be properly grounded to provide a safe path for fault current in case of an electrical fault. The grounding conductor should be sized and installed in accordance with the NEC. Another important consideration is the time delay setting of the occupancy sensors. Most occupancy sensors have an adjustable time delay, which determines how long the sensor will keep the exhaust fan on after occupancy is no longer detected. The time delay should be set appropriately to ensure that the fan runs long enough to adequately ventilate the bathroom after it is vacated, but not so long that it wastes energy. A typical time delay setting might be between 5 and 15 minutes, depending on the size of the bathroom and the ventilation requirements. Moreover, the location of the occupancy sensors is also important for optimal performance. The sensors should be located in a position where they can effectively detect occupancy in the bathroom without being obstructed by partitions or other objects. The sensors should also be protected from moisture and other environmental factors that could damage them or affect their performance. In addition, it is important to consider the sensitivity of the occupancy sensors. Some sensors are more sensitive than others and may be more prone to false triggering. The sensitivity of the sensors should be adjusted appropriately to minimize false triggering while still ensuring that they effectively detect occupancy. Furthermore, regular maintenance of the occupancy sensors and the exhaust fan is essential for ensuring their continued proper operation. The sensors should be periodically cleaned to remove dust and debris, and the fan should be lubricated to ensure smooth operation. Any damaged or malfunctioning components should be replaced promptly to prevent further problems. In summary, wiring occupancy sensors for multiple bathrooms with a single exhaust fan requires careful consideration of several factors. These include the wiring configuration, the power supply, the time delay setting, the location of the sensors, and the sensitivity of the sensors. By following these guidelines and adhering to the NEC, one can ensure that the installation is safe, compliant, and effective at providing adequate ventilation in the bathrooms. Also, consider the use of a relay logic system. This involves using relays to control the exhaust fan based on the input from the occupancy sensors. Each occupancy sensor would activate a relay, and the contacts of these relays would be wired in parallel to control the main relay that switches the exhaust fan. This setup allows for easy troubleshooting and maintenance. Let's delve deeper into some specific wiring scenarios and considerations. One approach involves using a normally open, or no, contact from each occupancy sensor. These no contacts are wired in parallel to the coil of a control relay. When any of the occupancy sensors detect motion, its no contact closes, energizing the control relay. The control relay, in turn, closes its own contact, which is wired in series with the power supplied to the exhaust fan motor. This completes the circuit, and the exhaust fan starts running. When all the bathrooms are unoccupied, all the no contacts of the occupancy sensors open, de-energizing the control relay. The control relay's contact then opens, interrupting the power supply to the exhaust fan motor, and the fan stops. Another approach involves using a programmable logic controller, or PLC, to control the exhaust fan. The occupancy sensors are wired as inputs to the PLC, and the PLC is programmed to monitor the status of these inputs. When any of the inputs are active, indicating that a bathroom is occupied, the PLC activates its output, which is connected to the exhaust fan motor. The PLC can also be programmed to implement more sophisticated control logic, such as a time delay function that keeps the fan running for a certain period after the last bathroom is vacated. Let's consider some additional safety considerations. It is crucial to ensure that all wiring is done in accordance with the NEC and local electrical codes. This includes using the correct wire gauge, conduit, and connectors, as well as properly grounding all electrical equipment. Also, it's important to install overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses, to protect the wiring and equipment from damage in the event of a short circuit or overload. Another safety consideration is to ensure that the exhaust fan is properly sized for the application. The fan should be capable of moving enough air to adequately ventilate all the bathrooms connected to it. Also, the fan should be installed in a location where it is easily accessible for maintenance and repair. Now, let's discuss some energy efficiency considerations. One way to improve the energy efficiency of the system is to use occupancy sensors with adjustable time delay settings. This allows you to set the amount of time that the fan runs after the last bathroom is vacated. By reducing the time delay, you can minimize the amount of energy wasted by running the fan when it is not needed. Another way to improve energy efficiency is to use a variable speed exhaust fan. This type of fan allows you to adjust the speed of the fan based on the occupancy level of the bathrooms. When only a few bathrooms are occupied, the fan can run at a lower speed, saving energy. When all the bathrooms are occupied, the fan can run at a higher speed to provide adequate ventilation. Here are some troubleshooting tips. If the exhaust fan is not working, the first thing to check is the power supply. Make sure that the circuit breaker or fuse for the fan is not tripped or blown. Also check the wiring connections to the fan to make sure that they are secure. If the power supply and wiring are okay, the next thing to check is the occupancy sensors. Make sure that the sensors are properly installed and that they are detecting motion. Also check the wiring connections to the sensors to make sure that they are secure. If the occupancy sensors are working okay, the next thing to check is the control relay or PLC. Make sure that the relay or PLC is properly programmed and that it is receiving the correct input signals from the occupancy sensors. Also, check the wiring connections to the relay or PLC to make sure that they are secure. Furthermore, consider the placement of the occupancy sensors. They should be positioned to detect movement within the stalls effectively. If the stalls have doors, the sensors should be placed so they can detect someone entering or exiting. If the sensors are not positioned correctly, they may not detect occupancy and the fan will not turn on. Another aspect to consider is the type of occupancy sensor used. There are various types, including passive infrared or PIR sensors, ultrasonic sensors, and dual technology sensors that combine both PIR and ultrasonic technologies. PIR sensors detect changes in infrared radiation caused by movement, while ultrasonic sensors emit high-frequency sound waves and detect changes in the reflected waves. Dual technology sensors are less prone to false triggers because they require both PIR and ultrasonic detection to activate. Let's talk about the specifics of wiring the occupancy sensors in parallel. When wiring the no contacts of the occupancy sensors in parallel, you are essentially creating a no logic gate. This means that if any one of the sensors is activated, the output of the OR gate will be active, which in turn will energize the control relay and turn on the exhaust fan. To wire the sensors in parallel, you connect one side of each no contact to a common wire, which is connected to one side of the control relay coil. The other side of each no contact is connected to another common wire, which is connected to the other side of the control relay coil. When any of the no contacts close, the circuit is completed and the control relay is energized. Another important consideration is the voltage rating of the occupancy sensors and the control relay. Make sure that the voltage rating of all the components is compatible with the power supply voltage. For example, if the power supply voltage is 24 volts alternating current, you should use occupancy sensors and a control relay that are rated for 24 volts alternating current. Let's discuss some advanced control strategies. In addition to simply turning the exhaust fan on and off based on occupancy, you can also implement more sophisticated control strategies to optimize energy efficiency and ventilation performance. One strategy is to use a proportional integral derivative, or PID, controller to regulate the speed of the exhaust fan based on the occupancy level. The PID controller monitors the occupancy level and adjusts the fan speed to maintain a constant level of ventilation. This can help to save energy by reducing the fan speed when it is not needed. Another strategy is to use the demand control ventilation, or DCV system. A DCV system uses carbon dioxide, or CO2 sensors to monitor the CO2 level in the bathrooms. When the CO2 level rises above a certain threshold, the DCV system increases the speed of the exhaust fan to remove the stale air. When the CO2 level falls below the threshold, the DCV system reduces the speed of the exhaust fan to save energy.